Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Dennis. Today's video is repairing a desktop that just won't boot up. There were some mistakes made, so let's discuss them. So the first thing that happened is he had his SSD in the computer, but he had copied the Windows system files like you would create a bootable CD or USB directly on here, but into a folder. Okay, you can't do that. Start off, I knew right away that's probably what it was. We'll find out later on if I'm right. So basically I had to take his SSD, wipe the Windows on it off, because it has to be installed properly. It has to be installed from your media to your hard drive, whether it be an SSD, 3.5 inch, whatever. So we'll use his Windows 10 bootable CD. Hopefully he's done that right. And we'll use that to boot up. If not, we'll use the USB stick that I created to install it with. So hopefully everything will go okay. I disconnected the SSD so that I could separately go and clean this back to factory conditions. Now, if you want to know how to do that, I've got a video on that. I'll put it up here, and you can have a look at that. And so we're going to reconnect the SSD to the system. We're going to boot it up, and if things go well, we'll just be installing Windows 10 and everything is done. In which case, this will be a pretty short video. However, if that doesn't work and there's something more, we'll get to that, we'll explore it, and we'll see if we can fix that, if there is an issue. Here we go. Okay, so I just went in here, put his SSD, hooked it back up on that side, and now we're just gonna, it's just sitting here loose. That's the way he had it, so I'm gonna keep it the way he had it. He can change it up however he wants later on. So now we're just gonna boot up and see what happens. We should get, on the screen there on your left, it should come up to the boot menu. And if we've done everything right, hopefully we'll get the looking for a hard drive, or looking for an operating system, I should say. Now it's thinking about it. It does always take a little bit of time, so no problem. All right, so it's booted in here, no problem. It does see our Kingston SATA drive. Looks like it's seeing another hard drive too. Interesting. Nope, my mistake. So what it's seeing on the bottom there is actually just the DVD drive. So we got to change the boot order to take the DVD drive as the boot drive. So we'll go to that first, and then we'll see what happens. So on this motherboard, to make it your boot drive, it actually says choose one and drag the items. So we'll just take our mouse, highlight the DVD drive, and we're going to drag it up. So now it's going to look for that. So we're going to save and exit. Now it does tell us we didn't make any changes, but that's fine. So I'm hoping it'll boot up and look for that DVD. Okay, so we put our DVD in the drive so that it will recognize it on boot, hopefully. And then we can start to install. Now if it doesn't do that, he thinks his DVD drive could also be faulty, so we may need to replace it. And it doesn't look like it's trying to find it, so we'll find out here in a second. If it goes directly to the BIOS, then we'll probably need to replace it. Or it's just not seeing the operating system on the DVD. So we're going to try, I'm going to put the USB stick in and just see if that changes things up at all. Okay, so I've gone ahead and used my USB stick instead. It is now booting up. It found the USB, and now it's going to go in and let us install Windows. So, as I suspected, it looks like his DVD is either defective or the CD itself that he burnt is defective. I'm not sure which. However, the USB does work properly, and it'll let me put it onto the hard drive, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, so I've gone ahead, chose the language and the country. Now I'm going to skip this part because I'll put the product key in afterward, and then we'll be good to go. So just skip that. Just say I don't have a product key, because you want to choose which one you want. Let it go ahead and do its thing. Do the install. Make sure everything is up and working. Then put your product key in there. Because if you do it any other way, you could wind up having issues. And now you potentially could waste your product key. So we're going to go ahead and install. Okay, so we're at the where we choose our hard drive. It's found, it's 120 gigabyte SSD just for his operating system. It found it. I've selected it, and we're just going to continue. So this is not, I'm not showing you every step along this way. I'm just showing you that his SSD was not defective. It was just simply the way he went about installing it. So we're going to go ahead. It's going to install. It'll boot up, and that's another repair done. And unfortunately, that's pretty close to, once I've verified that it boots up, goes to the Windows screen and everything, we know we're good to go. Okay, so as you can see, it's getting everything ready, and we're going to have our Windows installation done here shortly. So, successful fix. Very easy fix, actually. Just a mistake of, you can't just copy all the system files from the Windows download that you do and put it to an SSD and think, okay, that is just, will install Windows and you'll have all the files there. You'll have all the files there, but it's not going to install anything. So you got to do it the right way. So you got to have your SSD. You got to have your bootable, either CD, DVD, or USB drive. And you'll have to install from that, and then everything will be good to go. Now, once this is done, oh, I have to take out my USB stick. So what happens sometimes, if you don't take that out, it'll do a loop, and it'll keep going around, 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 around. And you don't really want that, because later on it can cause issues. So, you have seen, if you watch my previous video, you'll see this here, okay, down below, is my 22-inch Lazy Susan that I just recently purchased. It's kind of expensive, but it's already made this much easier. Instead of picking it up and moving it all the time, you just turn it right on the turntable. It's I highly recommend it, actually. So if you haven't watched that video, well, have a look. Okay, and here we are. We're at our Windows start screen, ready to go. So at this point, he didn't have anything he said on the SSD he needed to worry about. So at this point, he just installs everything he wants, apps, programs, all that kind of good stuff. I'll leave that up to him to do what he wants. And of course, when he gets it to his own network, he can connect to a network and go from there. So the only thing left to do is I will activate his product key. And basically we're done, except for installing the DVD drive. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm not going to film it. I think everybody knows how to do that. But if you don't and you need to see that, well, let me know and I'll do a video on it. Alright, so that was a really simple repair to a problem install that wasn't done correctly at all. But with a good result. Didn't take very long to do it. So, hope you like it. If you like it, hit that like. If you don't, you know what to do. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell for future notifications. And I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, while you're here, I have affiliate links. If you click those and you try out the software, the TubeBuddy one gives me an upgrade in my software, so that helps me out there. And the other one, which is Pro XPN, that helps me out too. And yeah, helps you out a little bit. So think about it. Think about hitting those affiliate links. Think about subscribing. Stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.